7 and 8, 9 and 10, and do it again. Okay, I'm at 25.
Pause it for 1 second, and then you're good.
31, 32.
You're good.
33. Okay.
Yep, we're even.
All right,
Perfect.
so everyone's loaded in. Expect to start seeing some item purchases, and then they're going to go to their lanes.
Thanatos is very commonly, in Conquest mode specifically, you will see him as a jungler. This is mostly to make use of his amazing passive and ultimate, and his high mobility because of how his ultimate works.
Now, the Furies are going to be on the blue team, and Asclepius is going to be on the red for those who are watching.
Correct.
I love this guy's name, Epic Pandaren. He's not normal, he's not superior, he's Epic Pandaren.
The best quality Pandaren available.
That's not true. There's Legendary, there's Ancient, there's all those weird ones.
Yeah, but there aren't in this game. So right now, he's the best Pandaren that you can find in this game.
Alright, we got a ward drop early. We got 2 ward drops by the red team. I don't see any wards dropped by the blue team. That might actually hurt their chances since they don't have as much vision of the map in the early game.
Very aggressive ward on the red team as well, as you can see. On the right-hand side of the map.
We do have a blue ward drop. It's right next to the red one. Now, doesn't that normally show the other wards so you can kill it?
I think you need to buy a specific ward to get vision like that. There are wards that do, and there's wards that don't.
Okay. Looks like they're kind of just circling around testing the waters. I don't know. So far from the team build and from the ward placement, I'm kind of leaning towards Asclepius taking this one.
They already have a great advantage for vision, but no matter how much you can see and no matter how good your start is, if you lose team fights, you lose the game. So we'll see how well they can do when push comes to shove, and it's team fight time.
Getting a quick speed buff here on Thanatos.
Always a good start for him.
Looks like Sobek with, who's that, Hermes?
That is Apollo.
That's Apollo? On the left side?
Yeah.
Man, where have I been? Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't know why. I think it's the skin threw me off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he has a lot of skins now. They have a pretty even lane here. Tank versus tank. Amir is really strong against Sobek though, because Sobek is all about getting in there and fighting, and Amir is all about controlling that kind of thing. He can stop a Sobek charge before it even happens, which is very good for their team, especially in this lane dynamic, where you have so much aggression on blue's side on the Furious Furies.
Furies? I don't think it's...
I mean Furies.
Yeah, I don't think it's Furries. Furries is a little different.
Furies and Furies are...
That might take the whole team dynamic
okay.
to a different direction.
You may notice that Amir's health is very low, and this isn't bothering him. This is because he's Amir, and he takes very little damage.
Now, I noticed that it's Ao Kuang versus Poseidon. If you look at those two abilities in the middle right now, they're pretty even on size, so this might be an even match. But the difference is that Poseidon can combo so strongly with damage, whereas Ao Kuang's Tornado lasts so long.
Having the damage over time on Ao Kuang is what really makes him a common pick for mid lane. He can poke and run away, and then secure kills, all with the same move. And Poseidon's a common pick for middle lane because he can take someone from full HP to 2 HP. And that works well with a lot of people on their team because a lot of them are all about either poking someone down, like with Apollo, for instance, using his 1 to hit as many enemies as possible. He can secure those kills. Sobek can keep people within range so that they constantly get hit by the Kraken. There's a lot of synergy on the Fury side.
Sobek taking a lot of damage now.
Mm-hmm. He did get stunned. Neith was thinking about the kill, but
turned it around on her.
Pushed away.
On the right side with Ra and Aphrodite, it definitely feels like, you know, Aphrodite might be a little overmatched there. Oh, the miss. That would have been the first blood.
Almost got the kill there. Ra's a very strong laner because of how he can damage you and heal himself.
Oh!
He ends up hitting it on his second attempt there for the kill onto Aphrodite, and now he's going to take some turret shots for charity.
First blood by the non-legendary Pandaren. Oh, this is trouble for Sobek! And that's the kill.
He ends up getting picked off by Thanatos.
That's 2 kills for Asclepius so far. I'm feeling good about my call out earlier.
Yep. Early kills are all the more better for people that need to stay ahead.
Now, one thing to
Thanatos
note
has to be ahead of his enemies. That's how he gets the edge.
One thing to note is I don't think the ward placement really made a difference in either of those kills. I think that was just being outplayed.
Yep. Great plays on both sides, and Ra was able to time his ult very well to where it just wasn't able to be dodged. It looks like they're going to try to gank the left-hand lane here. Amir with a great stun, a little bit of extra burst to start out. Thanatos is going to try to dive onto this Apollo and does get the last
Great
hit.
wall.
Excellent job by Amir there to control the enemy, keep them from running away, and Thanatos naturally putting on the damage required to take it from a gank to a kill.
Ymir for president.
Love Amir. He was my main when I played in beta.
Ao Kuang was
great
mine.
God in this game. It
Ao
was
Kuang.
so much fun.
Ao Kuang.
Ao Kuang can be very fun as well.
For those listening, you get to hear the battle of my family downstairs yet again. I apologize, but sometimes it's kind of entertaining.
It's looking like Ao Kuang is heavily dominating his lane against Poseidon, but Poseidon just needs time to get his damage up and get his ultimate ready. And it doesn't take much for him to take a lane back, no matter how far behind he gets.
However, Ao Kuang's going to have to go back. Yep, he's out of mana and he has no mana regen items.
It's around the same time that Poseidon had to go back, but Poseidon's going to be coming back with a damage buff, as before he went back, he walked over there and grabbed it. So he's going to have a slight advantage on Ao Kuang. Plus he's got Sobek rotating to mid lane to push it out for him, which is going to make it a little bit better instead of having his turret getting damaged while he's gone. But that's going to leave Apollo in a pretty vulnerable situation. I'm not sure what Amir's doing. Oh, he's going to mid. This might be a gank. And there's the stun. Ao Kuang misses his Cyclone, though.
That's pretty hard to do from someone who plays a lot of Ao Kuang, I can tell you.
But they might be able to turn it into a kill anyway, but Sobek using his ult to
Oh!
get away.
Who needs a
Ao Kuang
tornado?
using his ult in return, though, and that damage is not to be underestimated. Lots of damage out of him. He's crazy.
Let's see what's going on with the right. That Aphrodite Raw matchup still feels off, even with Raw completely out of mana.
He does so much damage, Raw. But now he has no mana to kill her with his ult.
Oh, that doesn't matter. He's the kind of player that just likes to punch you. He's epic.
Yep. He's waiting on that blue buff to get him his mana back. Mid lane looks like there's going to be some more action. Poseidon getting very low. Going to get cornered by that awesome wall. An ult from Amir, but he didn't quite die yet. Will he be able to survive? No.
Oh!
With the last hit.
Man, those freeze frames from this spectator mode are very different. On the left side, you got Apollo versus Neith. Somewhat seems to be
page up and
balanced.
page down button to increase or decrease speed, by the way. If you need to slow it down.
Slow it down. Gotcha. I want to go faster. Oh, wow, crazy. Okay.
Yep.
Looks like Thanatos might be looking for a gank. Nope. He's like, I'm just going to float around and do nothing. Come on, Thanatos. You got to keep your GPM going.
Yeah, he's got to keep those ganks going. If that slows down, he's going to run into trouble.
Oh, so back in middle. Here comes the gank.
Nice last hit by Thanatos. Was in the right place at the right time. Good communication by his teammates. Using his ult to get away. Because he was getting very low underneath that turret, but he does survive.
However, I
But
felt...
Apollo wants to chase. Will he be able to get the kill? He ends up dodging the Apollo ult. That's going to probably secure his escape, as Amir will be able to protect him from anyone trying to get that last hit.
Ham to Jokers threw Sobek away from the tower. I feel like that was a big mistake. He did not time that very well.
I agree with you on that one.
I mean, so far it is 0-6, and I feel like this is definitely not going well for Fury.
Fury's going to have to figure out what their team strategy is going to be, because it's probably going to come down to team fights if they want to try to bring this back.
I agree.
Right now their laning phase has been heavily dominated by the red team.
One thing to note is the gold difference is, it doesn't seem like it's that much, but 600 to 800 gold difference is huge. The only one keeping up current Poseidon, but he's still 0-1 versus an Ao Kuang in middle.
He's going to have to make something happen over here, and it's pretty hard to do that as Poseidon when you start losing the lane. Poseidon's hard to take it back without a great ult.
Oh!
Thanatos is going to come in for a quick gank, but I don't think he's going to get a kill.
Looks like Ymir's kind of testing the waters with Sobek there.
Pun unintended, I'm sure.
Hi-oh!
There's the stun. Ymir so good with those stuns, but I don't know if they're going to be able to turn that into a kill, as Neith is very low on HP.
No, but he wasn't
Very
even
low.
aiming for any kind of a fight. He just wanted to get Neith out of there.
Yep, and it succeeded. It looked like Neith maybe wanted a kill, but then thought better of it and got out.
Now we got Thanatos and Ra on the right side versus a low health Aphrodite. I feel like this is unfair to Aphrodite. She doesn't seem to get much help this entire round.
Well, she's been the lone
Oh!
soldier in right-hand lane as the rest of the team struggles around the map. But in comes Poseidon. He's coming in from the side. Will he be able to get Thanatos before he goes away? Ooh, nice kill! Good play. Able to get him right before he was
There we
able to
go.
get away. And now they've cornered Ra, the epic Pandaren, attempting an epic escape.
Oh,
Neith
this-
able to maybe stall a little bit. Not sure if it'll be enough. It is. Good plays by the red team, as well as the blue team back there. Able to save one life for the red, but take a life for the blues.
Here comes Ao Kwang just kind of moseying on over.
That is one thing that Ao Kwang will do, but he's kind of outplaced himself here, really far from the turret. Ends up using his ult, trying to.
Oh,
bait
here
the enemies
comes!
into it. They take a lot of damage. Kraken comes up. Ao Kwang escapes barely, and it looks like the Furies will not be getting any kills there. But they could actually end up getting killed by a good Ra ult if they're not careful. Ooh,
Here comes Hermes with the Ra push.
Oh, he just barely survived that too. Really close plays.
Oh, Ymir sees a low Sobek. He says, "How's it
And at
going,
the same
buddy?
time,
I got a
Thanatos is
gift."
getting some ganks going here. He might
Would
be
you like
able
a
to cross
wall?
over and take out this Sobek with the Ymir.
Oh! God,
There
now,
it is.
was it just me or did he sound like a hawk?
They use a lot of different animals in their sound effect design for Smite. It's very common to hear various roars or cries from lots
You know
of
what the
animals.
difference is between a hawk and an eagle? The sound of freedom.
Especially a bald eagle. Thanatos kind of catching Mr. Ham here, but not able to really kill him. Hermes very good at escaping whenever he needs to. However, Poseidon seems to be getting caught himself. That's going to be a 3v1. Double stun. He is really gone.
He's trying to piss off the fire giant. Yeah, he's not going to do any damage.
Yeah, he's not going to be killing anyone. It's a little late in the game to rely on that.
Now let's take another look at the gold chart here. It looks like the lowest gold denominator on the red team there is at least 5,200. So he's on par with the second highest on the blue team. That's a huge difference. Oh, I missed a kill.
Two huge kills in the right-hand lane. Meanwhile, mid lane being pushed out by Ao Kwang and Neith getting cornered here by Sobek. One good pull. There it is. Pulls her right back. She has to activate her sprint to try to get away, and I think that she may succeed. She does. An excellent stun on the way out, but Ao Kwang is really putting a lot of pressure on this mid turret. Probably going to take it. Nope, he does not end up taking it down. Hopefully he saw that there is death coming for him in his lane here. And he's going to be able to be thrown back, but I don't know if they're going to be able to follow up quite effectively. Using his ult to try to keep them off of him for a little bit. Using his Cyclone to do a little bit of area denial on the way out, and he does survive. Good plays by Ao Kwang.
Yep, Poseidon just kind of moseying along, saying, "Hey, buddies, I'm a little late." Meanwhile, the battle of Ra with Aphrodite is still continuing. That would be
It will
Red
probably
Tiger and
be
Panda.
continuing for the rest of the game. I think they've made Ra. You're just going to stay in right lane, and you're going to try to keep at least one person out of the team fight so that Thanatos will have an easier time bouncing from target to target.
So far, the Panda seems to be beating the Tiger.
Yep, he's doing very well. Right now he's up against his turret, but that's where Ra is at his strongest with his heals. Very, very strong counter pusher.
Now, I still don't see a huge amount of ward placement by the red team. They're pretty much just kind of hanging out.
back on boards. They seem to be more focused on taking objectives as they do take a few buffs for themselves, and then they set up more ganks. There's a lot of wards on top of wards, but there's no giant ward clusters in the jungle. So it's hard for them to anticipate when ganks come in from blue team, and vice versa. Blue team has some wards. Most of them are in lanes though, or in like an off position where they'd have to be really overextended in order to utilize it. There's none in more defensive positions that can really help them out, whereas red team has a few in some good defensive positions.
Oh, Poseidon saw that gank coming and got the heck out of there.
Yep, good for him. You got to be able to do that on a consistent basis. To
Meanwhile,
stay
Aphrodite, she's just saying, screw it, I'm going.
Yep,
oh! There's Neith and the Alquang.
Yep, and Aphrodite taken out by Thanatos, and oh my god, Amir almost made it out of there.
Oh! Poseidon's ult hits Ymir and Alquang.
Great plays by our friends, the Furies.
Here comes
This
Apollo!
should be enough to get a counter push in. They're so low, and they're right up against that turret, but they got to push the lane in at the same time as fighting, otherwise they're not going to be able to use their advantage. Thanatos goes down.
Apollo's in trouble.
Oh, man.
Hermes is in trouble. There goes Hermes. He died for that kill. But hey, you know what? With the level difference, that might have been the smart play.
I wish that they were pushing the lane instead of getting this buff right now. Furies are not utilizing their advantage that they have. They have to get into that lane. If they would have had immediate pressure on that turret, they probably could have followed up with another kill on that Neith as she was running in to try to defend it. But instead they went for a buff, which isn't the worst thing to do in the world. Having a speed buff on Poseidon is never the end of the world for him. But they would have been able to do more with what they had if they had this lane already pushed into the turret when the fight was going down.
So far by MVP, I'm going with Super Soldier for the blue team and Ymir on the red, because they've both been playing extremely well. I don't care what Ymir's level is. He's been really killing it.
Yeah, he's been great with controlling where the enemies are running. And here we're going to see a great chase as Alquang attempting to kill him with his ult, but fails hitting the Poseidon as he's able to dodge just barely.
Oh.
Ymir keeping Alquang safe in the meantime.
Neith's coming up behind Hermes saying, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah.
Seriously, buddy.
And on the right-hand side, it's going to be a 2v1 against Aphrodite soon.
Great tornado by Alquang. Really does a lot of damage.
I think that Aphrodite, she is done. She was absolutely decimated. Cornered completely.
There's the Hawk.
And taken out just about as quickly. Meanwhile, there's still fights going on in this jungle here. Furious Squid's not looking too good. Poseidon.
Tornado's
very low
doing
on
its
HP,
work.
And so is Sobek. Down goes one of... I think that was Raw? No. No, that wasn't Raw. Somebody died. I couldn't recognize
Nope,
their...
that was Sobek.
Yes.
Neith might get away.
Poseidon is like with 3 HP right now. Nobody better sneeze on him or he might die.
Apollo said, screw that. I'm coming in with my chariot of fire.
They have to try to defend him. They can't afford much more kills.
Meanwhile, on the right side, Raw and Thanatos are pushing the tower since they have the current advantage. And Ymir's just still toying with him, saying, hey, you're not going anywhere.
Correct. They are trying their best to try to keep the pressure on the red side, but it's really not looking good for Furies right now.
First tower down.
Try to get
First tower down. That's on the right side. Middle tower is probably going to go down as well.
That's correct.
Oh no, they said
losing map control very rapidly, and this is not good. When you have an enemy team controlling the pace that well, you're going to run into some pretty major problems very quickly.
What's odd is they have so many wards, so they should be seeing what's going on.
Well, seeing it and reacting to it are two different things. Sometimes you don't have enough, like you want to focus on one thing, and it's at the worst time to focus on that, because then you miss the warning from the wards.
Now let's take a look at the score right now. It's 14-6. Blue team's only down, but blue team's only down by a tower. The levels, they're catching up a little, but Sobek being level 9 is going to eventually hurt them really badly.
Yeah, they need their tank to catch up. Having your tank at the right, at least a higher level or equal to the enemy tank is where you want to be. And right now, Amir is going to be the star tank of this.
Oh man!
Ahead.
That tower on the left side went down so fast, I completely missed it.
Yeah, they had like maybe 40, like maybe 400 to 500 HP left. It just took a couple hits. Another jungle fight here. Amir going to try to initiate it for his team. There's another ult coming in from Alquang. That did not.
Oh, get away, Apollo!
Epic Pandaren with the first kill of the team fight, and they're trying to collapse in on Aphrodite, who's going to be healing herself back up, but it's not enough. Epic Pandaren once again with a kill. Kraken comes off, but that's just going to keep these two stuck as Amir with a huge double kill. Excellent play by Amir. Good timing on his part. Nobody was able to get away.
Oh no! Amir just cleaning up.
Yes, that was a great play by him.
That was 4 for 1 right there. Heavily favored with their Asclepius right now. Taking down the Gold Fury.
They're really pushing this game ahead.
Now, I feel like at this level, their item and level advantage, they shouldn't just be taking down Gold Fury. They should go for Fire Giant while they can.
They could go for Fire Giant. They probably are going for the Gold Fury because they want to go back, finish some items, push their passive lead before they go for the Fire Giant later. Maybe they want to have a fight at Fire Giant so that they can get another deicide. Or maybe they just feel like at this point they can't be contested at Fire Giant.
Kind of feels like the start of a game again. Everyone's back at base coming forward.
Yep, they all went back at the same time. Or they all respawned as the others went back. Whichever you want to say it was. Lots of pushing for both teams here.
Here comes the Squid.
The Squid is trying to get his mid lane back. As Ao Kuang is a very strong pusher and a really good harasser. He
and
ends
that
up being
tower
sideswiped. Is it going to be enough to get the kill? They aren't able to run away, but Ao Kuang using his ult to try to push the enemies from him. Gets a kill on the way out. 1 for 1 there. Good plays by Ao Kuang, keeping himself alive just long enough to get a kill.
Meanwhile, Aphrodite's getting beat on by Ra here.
Thanatos with the kill.
Oh! The Hawk.
He gets... They're going to collapse right onto mid,
Oh,
and that's going to be a few more kills. Is that another deicide? Nope, they didn't kill Sobek, who was a little out of position, able to survive, but he wasn't able to help his team.
At this point, I feel like Asclepius might be, you know, kind of dragging it out a little. I'm hoping they get this Fire Giant do a push. Otherwise, they're just wasting time.
Yeah, they really got to try to get this game moving. You don't want to give your enemies any chance to recover, and the longer you take, the more recovery that they'll be able to get. You don't want that Sobek catching up. As good as Amir is, a Sobek that's the same level as him can be just as deadly.
Now, once again, let's look at the gold difference here for probably the third and final time, since I think they're going to do a full push soon. The lowest gold on the red team is even with the highest gold on the blue team. That is not good at all for Furies.
Especially when you're looking at trying to bring your team back from a deficit. Almost 10,000 gold ahead. I mean, that's unprecedented when it comes to a deficit. And a lead in that case as well.
And remember, Booyah called it first. Oh, ward placement's going out. It being a little aggressive, saying, hey, I want to know if you guys are trying to kill me.
Very smart.
You know, I love this Apollo skin, I'm not going to lie. Reminds me of the 90s.
It looks very dapper, very proper.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's the 90s right there. It's the 90s in a skin. Like, I'm going to straight up...
almost getting caught in the middle of the jungle.
I'm just going to straight up view free cam and go look at Apollo because I love it so much. What are you doing, buddy? I like your feet. That's cool. I'm just going to stare at you for a while. Alright, let's see what's going on in middle.
Too much pressure on players. They're playing very safe right now on both sides. Focusing on hitting minions rather than each other.
Now this is a pretty cool view of things because you guys can really see the borders that they're limited by with the design of this map.
Waiting on an initiation here. They have to be careful. Amir can initiate a fight faster than you can react with that immediate. It's basically an immediate stun on as many players as he wants.
Well, one thing about what we're seeing and what we're not seeing is the blue team's only seeing 3 guys holding all 5 of the mid. They're getting almost no gold or experience. Meanwhile, Ra and Thanatos are just farming and getting buffs.
Yep. And now Ra's going to be joining them in mid. We might see an initiation soon. We're going to have to wait. I guess that they're waiting for Thanatos to get close enough to ult in if they need him.
Or they're just holding them there so Thanatos can take that right tower.
We'll see
He's got
what
a
happens.
decent
Right now
push with
he is
creep.
destroying that tower. Look at the damage he's doing. Holy cow. Yeah,
Let's
that's
take a look
bad.
at what items he's currently using. He's got Death's Toll. He's got Ninja Tabby, Jotun's Wrath. He's got an oh, let's forget that. Look at Sobek. He's in trouble, and he's down.
Almost immediately upon getting into that fight, he is taken out.
Thanatos. Man, that triple ult right there. Oh my God. But
The
Poseidon
Kraken
says, you
just
know what?
barely
Kraken.
getting Poseidon out too.
Aphrodite kind of walks in, going, "What's up, guys?"
Showing up to try to maybe defuse the situation. She can't save the turret though.
She thinks there's a party and she's invited. Apparently, you didn't know that's a red team. Oh, she goes down. Ron nailing the
With
ult.
last hit.
Yeah, he hit her
This is gonna be
harder than
hard
I
for
hit
them to
creeps.
defend. There's a lot of pressure coming in, but for some reason, 3 of them abandoned the push for Gold Fury. Yeah, they're
Gold
going
Fury.
for Gold Fury instead of.
They're trying to
ending
keep
the
that
game.
lead up. Well, I mean, I
guess.
kind of see their perspective because the levels are just low enough on the blue team that their respawn rate's still really fast. So if they
Right.
push too hard and the Guardian's there with the tower up and 3 Phoenixes, it might be a little too tough this time.
I thought maybe they could get that Phoenix, especially with Thanatos doing as much damage as he's doing, but they decided Gold Fury, and maybe they're gonna regroup and start their next push.
They might be waiting on the Fire Giant again.
They seem to be. I don't even see a ward there, so
Now back to what
knows what their
Thanatos'
plan
items
actually
are.
is.
He's got Death Toll, Ninja Tabby, Jotun's Wrath, which I love. I think that's one of the best items you can have as a physical. Then he's got an Aussie? I don't know. And
Aussie.
Quins. And he's trying to finish up something. Now I'm guessing it's going to have to do with crits.
I'm thinking Rage.
Think Rage?
He has a good amount of attack speed.
Now
So,
he's
I
level
don't see why
20
he wouldn't go
and
Rage.
Sobek over here is level 10. That is not good.
Yeah, he's in big trouble. He's not tanking anything in this game anymore. He's so far behind. And it looks like they're going to try to gank Thanatos here.
He's
might
one of the
have
few
to ult
guys
to
with a
get
full
out.
escape though, exactly. I think he's just
Oh,
going to
he
ult to
does
get out.
not end up pulling off the
Wow.
escape, and he goes down almost immediately.
Neath
Faster
did
than
ult
he could press
Poseidon
the 4
there.
button.
But when Neath ulted Poseidon, it took him down by half. So if you think about
Yeah,
the
they were
combos
able
they
to
can
stun
do.
lock him for a little bit. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Your left tower is under attack.
Sobek trying to catch some levels. But you know what?
surrender
Ares
vote
just
has
came
started.
in. Really? Normally you don't see surrender votes in tournaments. You kind of play till the end.
Some of them do. Sometimes you got a level 10 Sobek against a level 20.
Hey,
Against level 20
he's 11.
DPSs. You know, it all
Alright, he's
depends.
11.
But they are going to try to fight at this Fire Giant first. This is going to be a big fight. This could be the last fight of the game we're about to watch here.
Well, you know what? If Sobek's name were the Bink 1028, he might be winning right now.
They are really taking the fight to the enemy here. Amir attempting to get his initiation going. Pops his ult, and they are able to get 1 kill. They have to try to get in here. They have to try to decide this fight if they can get...
Oh, good slow by Ymir. Just pounding
Yeah.
away on Aphrodite.
Oh, what a stun! Oh, that's going to be another double kill. This is the end of the game. I don't think that the Furies can come back from that. That's a lot of
Apollo's in trouble.
ground that they're about to lose. Especially when you're this far back. They just
Meanwhile,
have to push in their lane
Thanatos
now.
was just kind of like, you guys are good. They're
They've
going to go back to
lost
the Fire Giant.
which probably means they're going to lose their lanes very quickly. Maybe Apollo's thinking about a steal. He's running up, but yeah, he's thinking about stealing. He's in his chariot right now.
Fire Giant
No,
saying
he's
to
not
them,
thinking
I
about
bet you
stealing.
guys lift.
He isn't even going to try for the steal. He's going to go for a split push instead. I guess that's a good strategy to go with. You
Yeah,
might as well.
try and save your team some time. Maybe push them in towards a Phoenix they don't want to quite be at yet.
Well, they certainly don't want to be fighting right away.
No.
Sobek staying out in front, trying to.
I
tank
feel
for
like
his
with
team,
their
but
builds,
he's-
Sobek was not the right initiator slash tank. I feel like Hades would have done better, or even Ares. Ares is always a good pick with their type of build.
especially against an Amir.
Definitely.
With the amount of control you have over others as Ares, it's very strong even against someone as strong of an initiator as Amir is. Pretty good for that counter initiation. There's going to be a quick
left
fight
tower's
in
going
mid,
down.
but no kills. Thanatos is just the bane of turrets right now, and down goes Ares to Ra.
Ares.
Not... Is that his name? No, not Ares. I wanted to call him Hermes, but I said Ares because we were just talking about Ares. Oh, there. That's life in the big city.
Sobek's playing very protectively, which is definitely not good since he's a tank. His whole job is to go in and absorb damage.
Well, he's the lowest level on his team. He can't tank.
Well, I think that the blue team's first step should be to really decide like what's our overall strategy here, because it seems like maybe they got outplayed, but at the same time their game strategy is slightly off.
They're playing a little too defensively for my tastes. Like, they're just letting them come in now. They're giving up ground. They aren't holding. And they're losing Phoenix after Phoenix. I mean, that usually means that your game's going to end soon.
You know, great Kraken by that Poseidon.
Yes. He's been very solid on his placement of all of his abilities. His Whirlpool, his Kraken. But really the star player for his team right now has got to be the Ymir. He's been setting up so many kills for his team. It looks like Ymir does end up getting chased out and killed on the way, as Aphrodite is going to try to defend with her team. And the Furies are not going to give this up without a fight.
Nope, Doves of Love popping out.
Yep, lots of kisses being shared with her teammates. Aphrodite making sure everybody's got a lot of mana.
I love you, Poseidon.
Doing her best to keep everybody in the fight if they
I
need
swear,
to be.
when Athena and Poseidon are on the same team, I'm just gonna keep making jokes about it.
Hmm.
They're like, hey, Poseidon, I guess you're okay with losing Athens, huh?
I guess so.
For those of you who don't know the mythology, Poseidon and Athena fought over Athens before it was Athens to become the god of Athens. So Poseidon donated goods and horses and all that, and Athena gave them an olive tree. And they chose Athena. Thus, it is now called Athens.
Olive tree, pretty good gift.
Pretty good gift. I mean, yeah, olive oil, you've got, you know, things for your martinis and your alcoholic drinks. I mean, you can use olives for basically anything. If I could, I would shave an olive and make a shirt out of it. I would do it. I would shave a bag of olives and make a shirt, an olive shirt.
Olives are very good for you. Some people don't like how they taste, though.
Well, they suck. So it looks
They're
like
missing out on a very healthy meal.
oh god. Let's move off of olives. No more olive talk. Hashtag olive talk for the loss.
Yeah, we'll have to try to get back to the game where you see the Furies trying to stay in this game. They're trying to keep their enemies out of their base, but you know, you got no Phoenixes except for one, so their right-hand lane pretty easy to defend, but mid and left lane are going to be very, very big problems.
Thanatos just punching Aphrodite. Oh my god! She gives the kiss of life, but it looks like he wants to give her the death.
Onto Thanatos.
Wow! Wow!
Lots of back and forth here in the fight, and it looks like Sobek's going to be the last one to fall. Good fight. Good fight on both sides, but it just ends up being in their favor because look at the level disadvantage that Sobek had by himself, just him. It's really hard for them to outdamage them right now. Look at how far ahead in items that they are. This could be the pivotal fight right here. And there it is. A deicide followed by a game-ending Guardian kill.
Well, that was